Assalamualaikum everybody, this is Nazakat Hussain and you're watching Ask MNHK 786. So, I hope all of you doing wonderful and great and I would say before going ahead, today's topic is I'm going to tell you guys that how English is very necessary or how English is essential for the kids to make them learn from their childhood from the school. So before going ahead, if you guys didn't subscribe channel, please subscribe channel, press the bell icon, and don't forget to share the video. So here we start the video of today as I'm up in the morning, in fact, and I'm making this video for you guys. In the last video, I made 2-3 videos with a reference. I'm gonna say like how to face the camera and how to come up, how to come out of the fear of the people, like what they're gonna think about you. I really thought it's necessary that I should make a video that how we can make our kids to learn English from the childhood. And this video is about to, I would say, about the Pakistani culture and about the Asian culture where English is not the native language. As in the, if I talk about the Goras people and the other foreign countries, obviously they used to speak English very, I would say fluently and very quickly. But in our, I would say in our houses we speak Punjabi, and outside of houses in the schools we speak Urdu, and then when we just open up in our eyes and we go in the working place, then we have to speak English, and that becomes very hard for the kids. So I'm gonna be very quick. I'm gonna start from here. Like in this modern globalization, why we do consider English is a language. It's an art of communication, and why it's necessary for the kids because in this even modern era, in the present era and in the future, it's gonna be one of the strongest element of communication. So I would say in this modern globalization, I would say with the one language we can't communicate with outside of the world. It's all about kids. I'm gonna make this video. So kids should start learning English as they start school. If I talk about myself, I was used to ask so many questions to my mother. So why I'm talking about that kids should start learning English to communicate, because when we're in the, I would say not in the teenage, I would say when we're the kids, we're very fond of to learn something new. Let's suppose a kid is lying on the bed and he's observes here and there. So he he just points his finger and he I would say says towards his mother like, okay, what is that, what is this? I mean, he feels very curious to know. I was used to ask a lot of questions to my mother when I was in the room, and I was observing a lot of things. I still remember my childhood, like I was used to ask a lot of questions. And it's not hard, for a kid, for a child, it's not hard to learn something new. They become familiar with something new very quickly. Very quickly they become familiar. So here I would support my position with the two reasons why I'm saying like that. First thing, as per the scientific research, for the child, for a kid, it's not hard to learn different languages or at least two languages at the same time. It's not hard. Instead of this, they can learn those languages very effectively and with with a very keen interest, instead of rather than a teenager, rather than a person who is grown up more than 20 or 25. So the child learns two languages at the same time very effectively and with the keen interest. I would quote example here, like let's suppose if you want an outcome of something very quickly, so then we have to start it very quickly. Let's suppose I'm going to start a business, then I have to take all the precautions. I have to make the feasibility reports very quickly. I want to be a businessman, so I have to take a start in my 20s, right? In my early 20s, I would say. So when we want an outcome of anything, let's suppose we are going for the exam preparation. So if we wouldn't be prepared before 2 months or 3 months of exam, then how we can pass? We wouldn't be able to get good marks, right? And in the same way, if we wanna leave, I would say if I wanna leave Nazakat, I wanna leave from Islamabad to Lahore, Islamabad to Karachi, and then he just sitting, and he's thinking like, okay, I will be just reaching in a couple of minutes. It wouldn't happen. So I have to leave early. So when we need outcome of something, then we have to learn that thing very quickly. So it's essential for the kids to start from the school. They are coming from school, what's happening, parents just help them to remember the lesson, and that's it. So parents don't help them to learn English language as a part of communication, as an art of communication, that they should be able to communicate with anybody. Now my second reason to support this position, to support my this reason, to support my this thing, that why kids, why child should start learning from the childhood. The second reason is, when any adult is speaking English, I would say, so they have a fear of grammatical mistakes. The one of the biggest barrier, and one of the main hurdle, that is grammatical mistakes and pronunciation, accent. That how they're going to pronounce. I mean, when they try to speak, when they start speaking, so they're very hesitant. They're very reluctant. That okay, maybe we're gonna make mistake, or maybe we're gonna, how we can pronounce, how we gonna create an accent. I mean, they're confused in the middle of all these things, blah 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 blah. So I would say, when a child starts speaking, he just speaks what he's listening. He just speaks, what we gonna make him teach, what we gonna make him learn. He would speak without any hesitation of grammatical mistakes. He would speak without any hesitation of accent. He would speak without any hesitation of pronunciation. But one thing, what's gonna benefit that child, that with passage of time, he is going to learn that pronunciation. His pronunciation, his accent, his English language gonna be better and better with day by day. So when we start an outcome very quickly, we have to, I would say, make a kid to start learning English in the schooling days, when they start school. If I talk about myself, I have been, in Dubai as well. I have been in the different cities of Pakistan, I would say. And if we talk about the foreign languages and the foreign countries, when I talk about to go on the YouTube, when I talk about to go and read the newspaper, English newspapers, when I was doing CSS back in 2013, so I was reading the Dawn newspaper and the news with the name of the news. So those were in English. Now your child would be able, when he grown up in 15 or 16, so it's a one language which can connect your child with the rest of the world. He can communicate effectively. He can guide anybody. He can speak to anybody. Let's suppose he's gonna get a job in the foreign country. Let's suppose he's gonna be a freelancer one day. Let's suppose he's gonna, I mean, it's not necessary, it's not relevant with the career. It's relevant to the self-art, to self-improvement, to self-communication. He wouldn't hesitate to communicate to anybody. Once he's grown up, he's in school, he's in the college, he's in the university. If I talk about my university period, I mean, that was very, very hard, because I wasn't able to speak very fluently. So anyways, that's another part. I would conclude that part in the next video. So I would conclude here that this English communication, this English language can help your child to become a more and more successful child as compared to the other child in his circle and around his circle. So it's my request to everybody, it's my request to all the parents, that it's not only necessary that he's coming and how efficient he is in getting the marks, how efficient he is in getting the good grades in his subjects. I would say this is very essential, that this is very good news for you guys, that this will be a good news for you guys, how effective he is to speak English. Because this is an art of communication. In English, even one of the best element, he can convey the message of Islam to anybody. I would give you an example of this, that when I was very effective, when I was in communication with one of the person when I was in Dubai, and how Alhamdulillah I was able to convey that message to the next non-Muslim person. So I think for today it's enough, and help your kids to learn English, because that is very essential part of the life. That's an art of communication. Don't take it as a barrier. And I would say, if you guys can't speak, then go on the YouTube and learn from it, and make your child's and help your child to grow in this kind of art. So whoever is watching this video, don't forget to share, press the bell icon, so that you guys can get the everyday video. So channel name is Ask MNHK 786, and I would give the Instagram link in the description as well, so any one of you can reach me out. Thank you very much, and be happy and spread happiness around your circle.